Greetings, Shakti. Joy to see you. Thanks for spending a moment with me. I'm so lucky. We are embarking on something incredible. You, I, and a number of other teachers here from Denver, Muse Fest, in which you will be playing a kind of priestess role, an instrumental role. You'll be guiding, leading us through an archetypal myth from way back in the day, the story, in 3 parts, beginning, middle, and end, throughout the arc of the day. And there's embodiment practices that go along with each of those segments. And I am eager to kind of get your view on like the significance of story, just as a concept, because I grew up listening to stories in my bed, and my parents done, and that was really sweet and wonderful. My grandma gave me this old book of Greek myths when I was growing up, and wow, that enamored me. And then you have these huge epics like the Iliad and the Odyssey and Ramayana, and this, it's just been following us around. It's one of the defining features of the human experience is a story, not to mention all this story that I tell between my years, like I'm fabricating an existence this way too. But as a student of Jung, as a yogi, psychologist, like where to start? How does story shake out for you and in relationship to Muse Fest?
Oh, well, first I want to say that I feel so seen and so recognized by you and everyone involved with Muse Fest, because when you first invited me, it was kind of an impactful moment for me to be invited as a storyteller. You know, I've been teaching yoga for a couple of decades, over 2 decades now, and I love teaching yoga asana. But through the years, I've also woven through mystic teachings, tantric traditions, philosophy, history, all of these things that are really fortified by story. And because of that, as you know, I pursued an education deeper in the caves of myth, and really discovering all the treasures that lie in those deep caves, mystic caves, and it's been such a delight and a joy, and for myself, truly a transformational adventure, and I know that gets tossed around a lot, but it's true. My life has completely changed. My relationships are different. The way I see the world is different, and I've been able to navigate through challenges in totally different ways. So when you invited me to come in as a storyteller, it really felt like the moment of, this is the work this is my life's work. This is what I'm bringing into the world, and to be seen and appreciated for that was really delightful, juicy, and delicious. So I want to say thank you for that, first off. Really appreciate that. And then just going into story, if you want to remember something, or if you want your friends, family, the people in your lives to remember something, tell a story. That's how we remember things, metaphor, imagery. They work on a different part of our psyche than just analytical data. And so we remember those things so much better. It's more tangible, it's more experiential, it feels more connecting to our own experience. So that's a huge part of why I think this event is so unique, is because that story weaving through is going to create a thread line of experiential that goes straight to the heart of every individual and makes it more meaningful, more memorable, and hopefully more transformational.
Yeah, the stories we're just using this word story. I mean, we could say myth, or I'd have to think about some other terms, but it seems like it's encoded in our DNA a bit deeper, say, than analytical facts, or just like simply the frontal neocortex of your brain. Like it drips into your amygdala and even your reptilian brain. Ancient history, your ancestors have been communicating in the language of story through generations for way back. And so it has a kind of primal power to it that maybe gets overshadowed by, the development of neocortex and analytical thinking and paying taxes and, like more of these kind of structures that have come up in more modern times. But still, there's this kind of like backdrop psyche, not even backdrop. I mean, like through my eyes, just seeing there's like stories that are fortifying my ability to see.
That's right. That's right. And we relate to story on psychological levels. So that's one of the things that I've been working with a lot in my doctoral work is how do we relate to story psychologically, and how can our connection to myth on a personal level and an interpersonal, transpersonal level um, bring us into states of deeper understanding about ourselves, about the world, and activate our creative power. And so that's one thing I'll be really addressing in our work together at Muse Fest is how are we looking at story now, and how can we dive a little bit deeper to have an experience of symbol and archetype that is that really carries the currents of the creative power of the whole cosmos.
Right. Like the Muse is the star of our show here that we're
That's right.
paying homage to through mediums of story and movement and embodiment practice. Muse Fest, ladies and gentlemen, September 30th, 2023, an all-day event, Saturday, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. if you want to hang out for the final kirtan, catered embodiment and spewy and story infused, incredible creative event. Please come, contact below, register now.
See you there.
Peace.